What if I told you that there's a perfect formula for building your glutes and it only takes 4 exercises? I'm gonna let you in on my little secret today and break down the perfect glute day that genuinely transformed my glutes. Starting off with some light hip abductions to warm up your hips and get your glutes activated. I do 3 sets of these with light weight. This isn't one of the main 4 exercises, it's just a way to get the blood flowing before the real work. Starting off with one of the most important non-negotiable movements, hip thrust. This hits our glutes in a shortened position, which means we're focusing on the most contracted part of the glute, which is at the very top of the movement. We want to do these first because our muscles are not fatigued from other movements. I like to keep my movements controlled, especially on the way down, then drive up and squeeze at the top of each rep. Here I'm focusing on the shorter range of motion to make sure my quads are not taking over and really pushing myself to failure. Next, we're moving into something that works the glutes in a lengthened position, RDLs. This means most of the work is focused on the stretch and the tension in the glutes at the bottom of the movement. To make these more glute biased, have a slight bend in the knee and make sure you push your hips back and keep a slow, controlled descent to maximize the stretch. If you don't have lifting straps or want to focus more on core stability, you can also do good mornings instead, which load your glutes and hamstrings similarly, but don't rely as much on your grip strength. For the third exercise, we're going to work each glute individually with a unilateral movement. Here I'm doing Bulgarian split squats, but you can also switch it out with any other single leg movement. Single leg work is crucial for building strength evenly on both sides, so you don't let one leg take over and end up with any imbalances. I've been loving doing my single leg movements on a freedom rack or a Smith machine for added stability. Since I'm balancing on one leg, it can be tough to focus on the movement itself, but with the extra support, I can load more and really zone in on the movement. I also like to add a stepper platform under my working leg to get a deeper stretch at the bottom of the movement, really targeting the glute stretch. And for our last movement, we're going to do an isolation exercise. Isolation exercises focus on targeting a single muscle group, and for this, I've chosen glute medius kickback. This movement specifically targets the top part of your glutes, which is key for that lifted shelf-like appearance. Ending with an isolation exercise like this is great because it allows you to really burn out your glutes and hit those smaller muscles that might not get as much attention in compound movements.